Jose playing Donald of Clearwater, our ranger. We got Jorge playing Thelonious, the paladin. And we got Del playing Nagion
Ilberos.
Iliberos,
Yep.
Liberos, the thief, elven thief merchant character. So, uh, from the previous session, you guys were hired by the Silver Standard Company, which is the trading company on Helix, to escort the caravan driven by Griff, the old man who originally guided you to uh,
The Bear
to the
Mills.
Barrowmaze, right?
Yep.
And you were hired on as guards to accompany this caravan as it makes its way to Irongard Mott, which is the local capital, um, and then on to Bogtown, and back again, right, to distribute goods to the various different establishments, right, run by the Silver Standard. Right now, we are in Bogtown. Um, Jason's character Vela, who is not here today. Vela was wandering around village. She spoke to this little girl who told her about the presence of Mother Toad, um, some sort of witch living deeper into the bog, right, and warning him to, you know, to be careful that Mother Toad didn't get him. But there was also the indication that Mother Toad could actually provide healing to people in need. Um, the rest of you were with who was it? Ernst Gunter, who is the Silver Standard Trade Company supervisor um, at the Toasty Troll Tavern as you were making, you know, as you were getting there. Which henchman did we bring? Let me see. I forgot to check the
I
roster.
got it. I got it. I got it. We have uh Colmere, Lamb, Lamb, Lamb.
Lamb
We have the brothers Targard and
and Targos.
Argo. We
Yeah,
have those four. Plus, I guess the torchbearers in case they serve as porters
sure.
too.
Okay, okay. So it's pretty much the whole company, except
Yeah,
instead of Vela, we have Nagion today.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. And if I remember correctly, you guys paid the smith
Yep.
in town to furnish you that armor in a week.
Yes,
That's right.
I have to
Right.
pay
3 sets of armors, and you paid a
load
premium
of money. Yeah,
to have it available in a week.
Right. And I think
Cool.
the woodsman
So,
wanted his to have some pockets or something.
no, I didn't say what I wanted.
Or he wanted pockets in his armor and flaps. He wanted it to
right.
be aerodynamic.
Lapels. Yeah.
Okay. So, uh, it's been a day, right, that it took you to travel from Iron Guard Mott to get here. Usual schedule is the next day you stay in town, uh, you know, as you load and unload, and you probably depart on the following day. So just be aware, right, that on the way back, uh, you won't, the armor won't be ready, right? So by the time you make it back to Helix, it would have been, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 days by the time you make it back to Helix, right? And so if you drive back another, for again go back to Ironguard Mont, it'll be 6 days. So, just a couple of days after you arrive back in Helix, your armor should be ready. So,
Sure.
Okay.
so,
Better be.
so yeah. So I mean, Gunter just tells you right that things have been pretty quiet here. Um, except that traffic is starting to pick up again because 2 years ago is when the Barrowmaze was rediscovered, right? And he says that sort of you know I'm glad to see that you've come from Helix. Are there a lot of treasure hunters coming to Helix already?
It is the lure of adventure
Yes, it's I think most of them,
and treasures to be had.
we get a small share of those. I don't know if they're lost or misinformed. It's of course easier to get to the maze from Helix, but we're glad to see the traffic, right? We're glad to see strangers come and spend their gold in our humble town.
Yes, what little we have.
And so, you do see that among
I
the
bet your graveyard has seen quite an uptake as well.
some don't even make it back from the swamps. The way is longer, but well, uh, they seem committed once they made it this far, rather than waste 5 days going back to Helix. Some venture forth across the bog, but it is a dangerous land. There's uh,
We've seen some of those toad men that your folk have
yes,
spoken about.
the froglings, and there are some beast men as well, and other uh, even more dangerous beasts have been reported. Some speak of flying reptiles. I thought that we're talking about dragons, but if they're dragons, they're not that big, a couple of feet long. So, or at least so we've heard.
You've never seen one of those beasties fly over the city?
Well, yes, we've had we've fed one or two with arrows. They look like giant lizards with very pointy heads, and they seem to have a large beak, but a large horn in the back of their head as well, and leathery wings like a bat. Perhaps these are all that dragons are meant to be. Just flying reptiles like these.
Could
Who
you say they're
knows?
not very large?
No, 2 feet. Their wingspan is about 2 feet on a side, so call it 4 feet, 5 feet perhaps. And there are smaller still, but
What kind
yes,
of beast are we talking about here? A flying beast of such size?
well,
The largest birds I've seen have not had that kind of wingspan.
true, but they do not match the stories of dragons and such that you hear from wandering minstrels. And the funny thing is, I've never heard any outsiders speak of the miniature dragons in the bog. We have
Perhaps.
froglings and I guess dragonlings as well.
It sounds like overgrown bats being scared out of their burrow mounds by hapless delvers.
Well,
If it can be cut, we should not fear it.
not quite bats, friend. Perhaps larger, and they do eat fish. I wonder if they're hungry enough, they might attack people. But we seldom venture into the bog anymore.
With
Which
all
is,
we've
is
seen,
wise.
it's no surprise. It would be no surprise to see a flying lizard, but they don't seem to be much of a threat if they're that small.
No, but perhaps a swarm. Uh, Fortunately, we haven't had any attacks. I suppose that's deeper into the bog. Our people just make our money from peat, so we try to keep close to the village for such.
Indeed.
I thirst.
But they never attack cattle or sheep or anything like that.
We've not much in the way of cattle or pigs and geese and ducks, and we keep those close. Um, I suppose they find enough to eat deep inside the bog. They seldom venture this far, and as I've said, we've shot a few, but no attacks upon men thus far.
That is good.
At least not this far from the heart of the bog. I can't guarantee your safety if you go deeper in.
Now this caravan, we're still responsible for protecting it, correct? All the way back.
Yes,
So,
you're expected to
yeah,
bodyguard
if
it
it's a
back.
wheeled vehicles, wagons and whatnot, I don't know. It might be precarious to take them to the bog than around more so on the road, you know.
Yes, the Griff says no, we would not risk the bog. The wagon wheels would get stuck for sure. We'll just stick to the road. Safer that way. Even though we did meet those froglings.
Indeed. Indeed. Better to deal with the remnants from the bog than being in the middle of the thick of it. Out of the frying pan into the fire, as they say. But we are in the tavern, so I'm drinking up. I called another ale to me and try to finish that off. Now, what? When do we head out?
Well, you've just got here. Tomorrow we'll unload. We'll unload the wagon and to transfer the rest of the cargo. Load up the cargo from here to Iron Guard, and you'll set off the day after that, and you'll be in Iron Guard by the end of the day.
A day of respite and
Yes,
relaxation, as it were.
yes. Feel free to enjoy our town. How is the hunting in the maze? Have there been more secrets and money uncovered?
A pitiful amount. It's like I'm gonna poor mouth it to discourage competition. But yeah, I'll just
Discourage.
Yeah.
Well, that is sad to hear.
Yeah.
Well, at least as long as the rumors last, we'll still get commerce for a year or two, hopefully.
Yes. By the hopefuls, I guess. It's just the truth is quite disappointing, I say, and I reach in deep and try to find another coin and pull out maybe a copper. What can I get for this? And call the bar winch over. But
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be digging deep. Yeah, when do we get paid? Have they already paid us half the way, or when we got here?
I think they probably paid you a couple of coins. Yeah, why not? Let's see. Where's my prices? I did put here we go. For how much did you pull out? A copper piece?
Yeah, just a copper piece.
Yeah. That'll get
Get
you.
stout.
Yeah, that'll get you some watered down beer
Made out of
or
peat moss.
or a or a bite of bread or two. Not a whole loaf, mind you. A bite or two.
Yeah. Well, I'll look at the caravan later, of course, and grumble about empty stomach after carrying them, falling, protecting their caravan all this way. So
Good thing we can stay in the barracks.
Yes.
Otherwise, Nagel would freeze to death.
this is true. This is true. I need a good woman. I'm doing that for any potential bedmates.
So there are some adventures that you can see in town, right? And there's tavern, there's room at the tavern to rent, but it's not great, right? So
Well, I
it's
mean,
like
it might be
three
a good
silver
opportunity.
pieces for the common room, and 1 silver piece for uh like a hovel in back, right? It's a small. It's kind of a stable, yeah. There must be some travel, so there is a stable with a hay loft, and so
Oh, I'm going to be carousing. I'm just poor mouthing in front of him, but whenever I get the opportunity, I'm going to, start
Yeah,
earning some XP.
but he said that they have a nice barracks here, right? And we can stay.
right, yes,
Oh,
yes,
that saved me a dime on room and board, and I
yes.
don't know, man. I don't know. I need to stretch my legs as well as other things.
So, have you met this mother of toads or toad mother?
Ah,
Or
yes,
have you
this,
even heard of the rumors?
yes, this a witch out by the swamp. Uh, she's been there for as long as I can remember. Uh, long before my time. So I can only think that the rumors are true. Few wander over there. Um, we do see, you can see the smoke from her hovel on a clear day. Um, uh, as the locals, as my parents told me, she was banished long ago. Some illness took the village, some disease, and she was blamed and driven off. And so she does not venture into the village. There are some souls which venture forth and seek to bargain with her. Um, she is rumored to be a healer, uh, but there's the matter of that plague that hit Bogtown uh, before my time, and they say she brought it on. So tread carefully if you would deal with that one.
Yes. Suspicious of plague to which she escaped, yet she survived on her own out in the
And people
bog.
still commerce with her, obviously.
Mm.
She's here. She must offer some service.
Yes, she has to. At
I'll go
least I
visit her in
suspect
the morning.
be in some kind of lucrative trade.
Well, it seems she doesn't harm the village itself, so she can't be all that bad.
Just if you seek her out, at least get a blessing before you go. Um,
Well, they have. It's interesting because here they do have a temple to the Green Man. That is unusual these days. Is it
no.
the Green Man the main faith in this village? I
It's
mean,
an old village.
Not that Crom is, and I saw a shrine to Crom on the way in, and that is not very typical these days either.
It's an old place. Old superstitions still reign. We pay, we do honor the gods, the new gods that the empire has uh, uh, that has been brought with the empire, but small village, you know how it is. The old folk tend to keep to the old ways.
Well,
Uh,
there's a reason
as
why tradition survives, and the Green Man is Najian's deity, which he was carving into the back of the building. So he perks up at
right,
that.
right.
And you see, probably seen this iconography coming into town, or symbolism carved about. But
There,
yeah,
you did see a temple. It's a bit overgrown, which is perfect for like the Green Man, right? So it's a old stone building, but ivy, covered in ivy and seems a little bit more overgrown than you would expect
oh,
for city folk, but not perhaps for the elves, right? The elves might like their greenery more integrated into the temple, but humans tend to build of stone or wood and seldom integrate plant life. This temple, though, seems to be in a bit of disrepair, although it is still there. It hasn't been torn down, so
oh yeah.
that's
I'm gonna
good.
wait till my eyeballs are floating a bit, and then I'm gonna head that way because I've still got to give appropriate thanks for that death save that I survived the last time. You know what I mean? Instead of just carving the wall. So anyway, that's what
Yes.
I'm gonna do when I'm get liquidated or sloshed or whatever.
But
Right.
I tell our masters no need to sound apologetic about the local worship. I'm from a village much like this, though, up in the wooded hill country to the north. And although yes, that we were taught to worship Saint Dig, I actually grew up worshiping Crom and Herne. So it is this way everywhere in the backwoods.
Yes.
Sticking
Good.
to your heathen ways have served you well, woodsman. No
Well,
need to
Saint
change
Dig is
ways.
it's noble and all, but it's Herne that helps me get game on the table when one's hungry.
That is
I
so.
for the, I for the one serve the Lord of Ales and Arms. He's the one that guides my hand.
Toast then.
Sever you must, but the Green Man would avail you greater, I suspect, in the bog, where where he might turn away those that could creep upon you. So anyway, I down another L, and after a while, I'll stand up and kind of remove myself from the discussion and head toward the temple.
Sure. So,
It,
you know,
it looks like the elves' hollow legs fill up faster than a man's. You gotta teach him. Take him under your wing, Thelonious. Cannot hold his hail.
I've been drinking
If
this
he
whole
wishes
trip.
so, if he wishes so, it shall be done.
I've been tapping to the keg inside of the caravan the whole trip down.
so the temple is surprisingly well kept, right? It looks shabby from the outside, but once you go inside, it looks there is greenery inside, mostly the vines, but the there's like no weeds. They've been, the inside of the temple is kept clean.
Yeah, for those wise enough
Uh,
to seek and see past
mhm,
the
mhm.
the outward facade, they can find. It says a suspect for any temple of the Green Man.
So the back of the temple has a sort of like an open uh, courtyard where there's a large oak tree, right, and
uh,
carved on the bark would be the face of the Green Man. Uh, it serves sort of like as the altar
Altar. Yeah.
of this temple, right? Be like a like
Yeah, yeah. If I'm secluded in
tree.
here and it's just me inside of this little area, I'll walk
Right.
up straight to the tree and make signs and appropriate gestures, kneel and pay homage and give a copper piece, nay, not a gold, but the copper, and I'll slot that in between the bark of the tree and let it hang there,
Okay.
and thank the Green Man for the fetid breath of life that I still breathe in, and stand up and then stagger my way out. Back to
Cool. Cool.
back to doing
I
some
guess
more cavorting.
well,
All right. So unless you want to do something specific, I guess we can move on to the next
Yeah,
day.
no, just wanted to pay that respect.
And again, if you're interested in doing anything else in the village, or do
yeah,
you wish to?
I'm gonna follow Nadia's advice, and I'll drop by the Shrine of Crom
Mhm.
to ask for a blessing and to see if there is a priest, right? If it's a shrine, it might be just empty. Uh,
I just pray to the Lord of Elves and Arms for guidance.
and
And
but I would go on
I,
my way to, and I tell these guys, I say, you want to come over and meet this wise woman, see if she has anything.
that is exactly what I was about to suggest.
So I was,
Okay, so there's no priest on the temple, but it is a place of worship, I suppose. Uh, Volunteers from village come clean it, right? But
so
there
what I'll
would
do,
there would be some sort of local priest. I would think, right, to both. There would be local
I
priests,
am
but they're
capable
not
enough to
really
administer the proper rites you require,
right. And these are more, they're
and the blessing be yours.
I'll say a brief and quiet prayer to Crom in the old ways, and leave a gold piece offering. That's basically, and then we can head to the. Is Najan coming along to meet the witch, or is he too hungover?
Nah, we'll say that we happen to cross paths in in the intersection between the temples or whatever like that, and when I inquire where you're going, I'll kind of, this should be fun, and I'm curious as to the reaction uh, that you get, Thelonious, uh, from your just offhanded statement that you play, of what you give your allegiance and prayers to, and how you may fare in the face of this witch or this bog hag. So yeah, I'm coming along. Short of it, or out of curiosity than anything. She's not
okay.
too
So you
she's
make
not too deep in there, is she? In the wood? I mean, in the bog.
she's in the bog, right? And so what you go to the edge of the village, right by the place that Vela described, and you sort of stare into the horizon until you see a plume of smoke. It's hard to see with the mist over the bog, but you do see a plume of smoke, which you take to be the described hovel. And so, uh, setting off on your way there, um, I suppose it would be, I don't know, an hour away maybe. It's not that much of the distance, but it's really the negotiating
So, is there
Yeah,
a
the
body of
landscape.
water near this village? I mean, other than the swamp, other than the bog itself? Like, is there like a lock or a lake or a pond?
I think so. Let me check the map real quick.
This isn't the
I believe
I'm
so.
guessing
wisest.
I'm guessing her hovel can't be far away from that, and we just need to follow the water.
Well, there's the bog is wet, right? So
Okay.
this part is like swampy water, right? So she's about an hour away,
Oh.
and then you come to this
I'm sure the
area which
woodsman can get us there safely.
All right.
you as you make your way along, right? Some areas are more swampy, some areas are drier. It's broken land, and so you're sort of making your way across until you reach this portion, which is slightly like it's a mound of earth, right?
Mm.
Slightly higher, than the
Elevated.
surrounding terrain. And there is an old tree trunk, basically, right? Like maybe it was struck by lightning or something sometime in the past, and just right by the trunk is a hovel uh, built of wood, skins, uh, uh, stretched out, thatch on top of it, whatever it is. There's mud covering parts of it, so it's a very crude dwelling. And there is a crude chimney fashion, right? Again, from like uh possibly like skins, right? So sort of funneling the smoke upwards. Um,
Any signs of animals around here? Like,
you've seen what you expect, right? Like toads, a snake or two.
Swamp
Uh,
birds,
say what?
swamp birds, right? There's lots of
Yes,
birds.
no,
yes.
but she doesn't have like a horse, like right?
No,
Okay.
no beasts like that. And uh, you can see strung on a string outside, like the village. There's like fish hung out. Would you hang out the fish? No, I think there's clothes on the outside, and so you can smell fish cooking. That's what
Frogs,
you
why
can.
not? Yeah.
And then yeah, um, and then the flap, a leather flap that passes for a door, opens, and this hunched over woman comes out with big nose and gray hair beneath a shawl. Right,
Okay.
she
If
looks out. Mhm.
I was going to say, if I may just interject, you probably found out that Najan on the hour's trek over there, he's a little bit more loose lipped than he typically was, and talking about the how people would be scared of an old crone, or how the mind works in this community to build up that. And once we pierce through to the truth, we'll find out it's nothing but an old lady if she still lives. So he'll go on like that a little while. So anyway, back to the entrance.
So she looks at you, right, peers at you, uh, from the threshold, right, and
Old woman. I'll slosh it
I
a
well
bit.
met, well met,
three
old one.
three men approach my house. Uh, watch your intentions. An old woman is not as defenseless as you might think.
We
You
mean
have
you no
nothing to
harm, old
fear
one.
from us. You have nothing to fear from us. We just heard that you were a wise woman and thought that perhaps you had interesting potions and herbs for sale. Now, I believe the elf has come a courting, but
Yeah. Now, Dejan would have grabbed his heart like when she pointed, you know what I mean? Because he's feigning like, yeah, of course, you got, this power over us or whatever like that. So he's playing along with it. But whenever you say courting, he just, Dejan laughs.
Yeah, she narrows her eyes.
Uh, seriously,
but
old woman, what
but
what do you have for sale?
but be careful, mother. I think he has courted more than one lady since we got to Bogtown yesterday. Just warning.
Yes, I may be in
I'm like
more
that
of a danger
serious,
than she.
You know what? Roll 2d6 and add your charisma and see how she takes this.
All right, I rolled a 9.
Okay,
Okay.
everyone's rolling this, or what's the deal?
No, Jose,
No,
because Jose
Yeah.
talked
Blabbermouth is
about this
rolling.
earlier.
Ah, okay.
Right. So she sort of squints at you and says, "Yes, I have no use for an
You
elf.
werewoodsman.
I have no use for
He
an
who
elf."
leapeth before without looking may soon need to swim.
And she says, "Trade? What have you of interest to me to trade?"
That
Yep.
is that is a
Coin.
most appropriate question. What interests you, old one?
She scratches her chin. I've no
You
use
living
for money.
I, s- I can plainly see you living out here means you have no need of material possessions. But perhaps there is something else you wish for. Perhaps a service to be done.
There are things, warm bread and jam, or drink. The elf looks like he drinks. Wines,
Not
He's been
not
known
very
to
well, but
overindulge.
he does.
rum, ham, bacon.
Now I'm getting hungry.
She wants a
These
buffet.
things can I can relate.
That is what I would trade.
We can bring you supplies. What do you have to trade for them, mother?
Well, you mentioned potions. I can make some potions if you wish. I I have some lying around. Cures. Uh, uh, Tinctures to ward against poison. Unguents to heal the wounded. I even have medicine to cure the diseases of this foul bog. And for a price, and she leans back and smiles, for a price, perhaps I can bring back the dead.
Hmm.
From blood? You are
And
indeed a
she laughs.
powerful person.
She laughs maniacally when she says that.
I immediately think about my old master.
She goes too far.
Indeed.
She
How
goes.
how could you achieve such a feat, old one? Speak. I am interested in your craft.
I bet you are. Mother Toad has her secrets. Yes, she does. Secrets to power. All is not as it seems. Hmm. Old women are not as defenseless as you might think.
How far along the path to the other world must this person be before you can recall it? Before you cannot recall it.
Hmm. Interesting. Good question.
My old master died not too long ago, protecting us from the curses of the barrows. Perhaps perhaps your craft can bring him back.
If you
No.
would bring someone back, must have been, must have died less than a fortnight agone.
Oh.
More than a fortnight, and the body is too damaged, spirit too far gone. And who knows what would happen then?
Don't follow down that accursed path, Polonius.
I feel I must explore this avenue. Let us speak of this again at some other time, old one.
Well, bring me then warm bread, jam, wine or rum, and cured ham and bacon. and I will see what I can provide for you.
We will do so.
So, Eloy, given that I follow the path of the god of ales and arms.
Mhm.
I think if I spend some time, I could actually fashion some kind of alcohol, right? Like moonshine or something like that, right? Like I could try.
Uh, I suppose, yeah. I don't know how long that takes. You need to gather the material
Yeah,
and
I
finish
mean,
it,
but
but I would suppose you have the expertise to do so,
right.
right? Or you could purchase
Yeah,
uh
that's what I would
uh
try to do. I would purchase
spirits
whatever
or
I need
right.
and then
Or you
prepare.
could, buy bottles of wine from there's various merchants along the way at the taverns you've been to. Uh yeah, I mean you could try to procure that, right? And fresh bread
I'll
and jam, right? That's
Yeah,
everywhere.
they can
Yeah.
procure the bread and jam and all that. I will procure the alcohol for the old crone.
All right.
I will buy her some wine, and I will make and I will make something for her that she will never forget.
So she dismisses you. She's like, "Well, get going. Don't stand around all day." And she turns
Stop
around and
loitering around
closes
my
the
face.
closes the flap.
No, I mean,
Come back when you have something to trade.
yeah, we could send a runner, I think, back with the supplies as long as she have what we request to be sent back with the runner. Pay someone.
Well, if we want to know what services she offers, we'll have to bring her at least the food and the drink.
Okay.
I mean, looking just just to be pragmatic. 5 gold buys you 10 days of preserved rations. So I'm willing to splurge 15 gold pieces. That would give her like a month's supplies of cured ham, bacon, and jam, and then probably some bread thrown in there. So that's like a month's preserved
Yeah,
rations.
Baker's
I'm willing
dozen.
to spend just as much, but to procure for her some wine and some ale, and also to produce materials for me to produce to prepare for her like a barrel full of moonshine. Like it obviously needs to be you know fermented and all that other jazz, but
Right. Right. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't know how long that takes. I know you can do it, but
but I can actually explain to her how I do it, which is something maybe
oh,
something that she's interested in.
oh yeah, for sure. For sure. If you can, I mean, she still has to, would still have to procure materials, but yeah, she'd be
Yeah.
interesting in learning the
Okay,
process,
for
right?
beer, you need some sort of cereal, right?
Hmm.
That's all we
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah,
But which it might be hard to get here, but you know,
No, but it wouldn't be beer. It would be more like moonshine.
moonshine.
right.
Yep. Buy a crone of beer, feed her for a day. Teach her how to brew, feed her for a lifetime.
Hmm.
Give her cirrhosis.
That's it. Give her
No,
something to worry about.
I'm a little bit side eyeing Thelonious as we turn around and leave because I'm kind of weirded out about his consideration of bringing his old master back. Yeah, and that fixation. That's a dark path. So I've gone from being jovial to kind of gloomy as we head back,
I,
without
I
saying
don't
much.
I don't think it's been a week uh in game, right? It's been probably about a week, right? It's been like 3-4 days on this road.
Yeah, but
Something like
it's
that.
gonna take us longer if we're gonna go all the way back. Get his.
Right.
We
Yeah.
left. Didn't we put him on a pyre, or was he? Wasn't
That's the
it?
one thing I'm thinking. I'm
Yeah, I
thinking
thought we
that may
burned
kind
him,
of
but
screw the
still.
whole thing up, right? Because I think we burned him in a pot. Yeah.
Yeah,
We might have burned him in a
yeah,
pyre.
we burned him
Yeah.
on a
Well,
pyre.
for future reference, she offers the services. I don't
Right.
Otherwise, he'll be an ash elemental.
Exactly.
Yeah, But I'll be grumbling on the way back about maybe making some kind of a loose tie-in with her being in the swamp and all these undead wandering the areas. Perhaps they're somewhat a creation of hers or her ilk, you know, uh,
I'd be
generating
more
this.
worried. I'd be wondering more if she has trade with the Bullywugs. I mean, she is the mother of toads. I do not think she deals with undead.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of thinking she's probably the reason why some of these bullywugs don't attack the village wholeheartedly, right?
Maybe there's some Bullywug gallant. That's the competition for which she will not listen to Najin's courting.
No, if she's interested in that and she's been exiled by humans, as Najon's take, then perhaps her revenge is to bring back the undead to plague the humans or do with them to not let them rest, have eternal damnation as far as in the that kind of thing. So that's what Najon's thinking and grumbling to himself on the way back. So he's more in line with having to take her out might be more probable and search her kind out, whether she befriends the Bollywogs or not.
Interesting.
But yeah, he's a little bit down in the mouth and dour. He's a little bit more sober now too.
I I think a good elf needs another drink at Bologna.
Another drink. I'm seeing more
I give
clearly
the
now
elf
that I
I
have.
want in here. I feel you need this more than I do right now.
I almost resist and then take it from your hand. You may be right. Maybe we all do. Yeah. So she's a plague of the land. Dang. But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Go back and
So you
corral.
guys make your way back to the village.
Yeah.
What's the plan? They've been unloading, and by now it's about noon, right? So they're
I immediately go to procure the goods that I the alcohol and the ingredients
Mhm.
Yeah,
that
and I'll go buy the food. I mean, we're not doing anything else, right? Why we're not gonna meander around here. I'll go
yeah.
buy the food, and as soon as the lotus is ready, we'll carry it back to her, right? We'll use our minerals to help us.
Okay.
The most supply of
Okay.
food is
Great. So you've provided provisions and some wine and the bread and jam.
right.
Okay. Okay. So you made your way back to the hovel, and this time when she opens the flap and stare at you, her eyes widen, and she, oh, good, you're back. And her tones softens up, right? And come this way, and opens the flap to her hovel, and it is a very small place. It's very poor living, but it's clean inside. You can see dried fish, yes, cooked toad legs and frog legs and other herbs and different things hanging from cords set on top, right? And
Yeah, making jerky.
uh, uh, so uh, so it's a very small space, but it is clean and dry and warm by her fireplace, and she does have a table in a corner where you can see jars and crude wooden mortar and pestle and uh, she looks at what you've brought and says, yes, yes, thank you. uh, as you can see, uh, I've longed for the taste of fresh bread. uh, uh, I do make a living here, but I'm not welcome in town. Uh, Here, take these, and then she pulls down a few jars, and so let's see. She gives you four small vials. She says this tincture um uh, will neutralize the poison of snakes and other creatures. Just be sure to apply it uh, before a minute has passed.
Whenever I get a moment, I'm going to ask Thelonious, what do you sense from her, Thelonious?
Ah, I present to you my recipe, my special blend. Have a taste, old one. It is made with barley and corn.
Oh, this is powerful
It is
and
strong,
tastes
but I'm sure.
great.
Be
It's been
generous, yeah.
long.
Be generous with it. If you like, I can show you how to prepare it. It is a special recipe that has been in our orders keep for many centuries.
Such knowledge is a formidable thing to trade. I would be interested. Here. And she gives you two vials and says, this unguent can heal wounds. So it's two of those.
I thank thee, old one.
Actually three. It's 1d4 plus 1, so
Four of
three.
poison and three of healing.
Three of healing.
Yeah. I thank thee, old one, and we shall definitely trade in the knowledge. For I too crave knowledge you have, especially about this craft you mentioned. Not for my master, for I feel my master is long gone at this point, but perhaps but perhaps for myself in the future, if I may avail of your services, if I come to an untimely demise. May my comrades bring my body to you, and have you minister your special craft.
For the price of this knowledge you offer, I will pledge to you. But remember my words. Less than a fortnight, or the magic will not take.
Alright.
You have been generous. If you are in need or stricken by disease, come to Mother Toad. I have remedies. I can take care of fevers and illnesses. They say in the village that I brought the plague, but I did not. But I know how to treat plagues. I know. Mother Toad knows many a thing.
What is your relationship with the creatures of the bog, especially those
Froglings,
yes.
they come to trade.
How come they do not attack you nor the village? Is it your doing?
In part, they fear me. They trade when they must, and they respect my island.
What kind of trade would such creatures desire?
You can see. And then she shows you like the fish, the dried fish, herbs, and mushrooms. I do pick from those nearby, but be warned, if you wish more of those unguents and tinctures, you'd need to help me fetch more components. Ingredients are hard to find. and not as abundant as they once were. But deeper in the bog, they may still grow. The bog is
Hello.
dangerous, so think well before you get too greedy. Ha ha ha!
Well, if we did not have to leave tomorrow to continue on on our journey, I would take you up on that. But show me what the herbs look like, and I'll keep an eye out. And if I ever have time, to search in the bog, I can probably find them. I know my way around.
Or perhaps you may be able to procure these elsewhere
Correct.
where
We
we
may be
journey.
in another swamp where we may be able to find the same herbs.
Our woodsman is knowledgeable in such things. He may be able to procure those.
Bring me the whistling weed. And you've seen, she shows you a blade of like a leaf that has some strange irregular holes in it. And you've seen it
Cylindrical.
before. It's sort of like the wind would sometimes pick up on them and whistle through
I
the
we know it's as flute grass where I'm from.
and bring me the silver star. And she shows you a wilted uh, 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 six petaled a flower with white petals and a white center. Uh, also grows in the swamp. And she describes a handful of other herbs and mushrooms that serve as ingredients for her arts.
So I pay close attention, and just make sure I remember what she needs. I'll
Mhm.
keep an eye out for them, old mother.
Okay, I had leaned in Thelonious earlier, and it was the first second time. And urgently, what do you sense from her? And if you don't reply, if you're so enamored by her that yeah, I've I've kind of retreated a little bit back in the distance. Now I'm trying to work my way around, uh, possibly in a backstab position. Would move silently and hide in shadows as I go around, but not necessarily. But at least as I see that they've been doing trade amongst themselves, and I'm looking about the her hovel, and I'll try to lift something.
Oh
The,
God.
the 5 finger
You're
discount.
gonna try to steal something from her?
Yes. Yeah, offer
Okay.
shelf or off, some kind of a vial or something.
Right. Okay. So let's see how that
While she's
goes.
pontificating.
All right. So let's see. Is there a percentage for this? Thief,
I think
thief,
I'm just a
thief,
pickpockets, right?
thief, pickpockets.
The
And you're
most
level
attractive
2,
thing.
right?
Yeah, the most
Or level
attractive.
1.
I think it's. Oh, I think it's still one.
I think it's still 1.
Yeah, because I haven't played to upgrade it.
Oh my God, you just got 32%. So it is within the. So you do manage to. I don't know. What do you.
The most
Um,
the most eye catching, like in response, probably the most colorful, the you know something that would catch the eye, uh, color wise.
okay,
I would say.
there's a small clay pot. It's like this big, and uh, uh, it's clay, but it's enameled in blue, in light blue, so it's kind of catchy.
Okay.
There's also a wooden comb, but it is plain, like a hair comb. It's made out of wood and it's plain. It
Yeah.
doesn't really catch the eye, but those are the things that you can see
No,
within
if it
reach.
is any kind of obvious apparent value, I'll dismiss it. I don't want to pick up some kind of a lice infestation. So I'll pocket that blue thing as I walk around. But I'm constantly eyeing Thelonious in case he gets an ill
Okay.
feeling from her and I need to slide a blade
And
between her
and
lips.
so Thelonious, you're trying to detect evil on her.
I don't know if he is. That's what I was.
I didn't
That's
even
why
try, honestly, but I mean,
I'm asking because Dale is assuming. So
Mm.
I'm not asking
I
you
Well,
s-
this
to.
girl
I'm
is
asking
asking
if
him
you
to,
want.
begging him to.
Right.
Major is begging Thelonious to do
yeah.
so.
okay, I mean, I'll attempt to use my preternatural sense of justice and see if the old crone gives off any evil intentions or any evil vibes.
She gives a faint evil vibe. Yes.
Yes,
So
I would not cross her if I were you.
no, I mean if you don't give me a signal, I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I would have defaulted to is just picking up something.
Mm.
Um, as I'm fiddling around, just kind of walking in the arc. But I'll be side eyeing her, and I don't know if she'll detect any kind of off-putting demeanor from me. But it's when I come back in her view as I'm rounding, making the round, that's what she'll get from me. But I'm not saying anything to her. I'm just sizing her up, so to speak. So
All right. So you know she
I'll go outside the
she,
flap of the tent
yeah,
as
she is not the most you know uh, polite. Like she doesn't offer you from the rum, right, that you brought her from the spirits, right? She just
Yeah,
pours it into a wooden cup and drinks it herself.
it's
uh,
whiskey, really. What I do.
Whiskey, okay, cool. So she
Yeah.
she she drinks some of the whiskey, but she doesn't offer you any. Not that there's that many pots, right? You see some bowls and plates made of wood, but
at this
not
point I think
much
you drink
else.
from the same bowl. Um, but yeah, I'm out of the tent flap a little bit disgusted with the whole transaction.
Fair.
Yeah, he's
All
a
right.
fresh air.
So she thanks you once again for the provisions, and she says, "Remember what I said, and perhaps when you return, bring me a fine quilt, soft cotton quilt, mind you. Bring me any
A burial
harsh woolen blankets, soft quilt, cotton."
a burial cloth. I muttered to myself outside of the hovel.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see what we can do, old mother. Thank you again.
Off you go. She shows you out the tent flap.
Truly, right, tell Thelonious, I
Hmm.
was, of course, just joking, but I believe Major may be taken with the old woman. See how he flushed as he left?
I'm
Maybe he needs
Yes,
stomping
your
it
around
seems,
counsel.
continually trying to.
yeah, he seems quite taken of her.
Maybe he needs your counsel. You know all about the matters of the heart.
Yeah,
Aye,
I do
assuming
protest.
assuming the old crone has a heart.
Well,
I kind of break and laugh a little bit at that, but you'll see my. Uh, I'm protesting even on the way back about. I can't believe that Thelonious would consider, letting her, raise him, to become an undead. We've slew them, et cetera, as we go back. But that's what kind of,
There's such
I,
matters of practicality
yeah,
that need to be applied.
I just, yeah, spending my time trying to cast a negative view toward her and her provisions.
well, I think this was a worthwhile endeavor. If these sanguines and tinctures may keep us alive, especially if we run into more of those scorpions.
I
Okay,
Methinks we have struck a good bargain with the old one.
I'm sick of this bog. Be good to get on the
Don't
road
worry,
again, get away
Agent.
from this.
There are other girls out there for you.
Ah. And I'll walk off a little bit, stepping away from him, and continually try to kick the mud and the muck off my boots as I'm, trying to reach higher ground.
All right. So you make your way back to town, right? It's everything else is pretty nice, and by now it's nightfall basically. Oh, you guys tell me if you want to do anything else this night, or if we go
No,
on
I
to the
don't.
next day.
Not me.
Uh,
Okay.
I'll go back because I've got a feeling of possible doom since we've had this transaction, and I've seen Thelonius's, you know what I mean, mindset. So I'll go to the temple again of Savannah's, and this time I'll put the put a gold coin in alongside the other copper and take the copper out and put it back in my pocket
Good.
just to balance a little bit.
Before he leaves, I tell Najan, no, remember this, Najan. Knowledge itself is neither good nor bad. It's the intention behind its use that defines its virtue or vice.
You should keep that in mind yourself. You're
I don't
Thelonious.
know if I agree, Thelonious. The knowledge of how to be a tax collector is definitely evil.
Yeah, but I mean, later on before I go, I'm still gonna I'll I'll throw back a couple of ales, but I'm also eyeing the little clay enameled piece that I picked up from her, at the table as I look. But I'll be ready to go in the AM.
Did you investigate if there's anything in it?
No, this is. I've finally taken it out of my pocket whenever I have a moment in the tavern, and I'll look at it, turn it around, and tip it over, spill out its
Yeah,
contents.
it's a simple clay pot.
What has it got in its pockets? It's precious.
What is it? What is it? Let me figure it out.
I'm glad that roll was good because otherwise one of
Yeah, I
us might
know.
have been in trouble.
Yeah,
But
I
this
think
was the game.
yeah, yeah, that would have
I,
been bad if you had failed that roll. I think it pours out and it's flower petals of some sort. It's dried plant matter.
Yeah, I smell it very quickly and try to ascertain this. I'm trying to look a little bit to see if anything is incriminating about it. There's
Are
nothing
you
written
are
on the.
you doing that? Is Nathan doing that by himself, or are you doing it in front of us?
Well, no, I'd be doing it by myself just when I have a moment alone. Probably later
No,
on if
no,
everybody's
that's fine.
departed.
No, that's fine because if we had witnessed it, I could try to identify what it was. But since
Yeah.
you're doing it by yourself, it's cool.
I think it's a pleasant smell, but there doesn't seem to be anything particular that you can tell about it.
I kind of
it's
give
a
a little
fart.
ride, yeah, little wry smile and a shrug and slip it back in my pocketed garments. And before I head off to sleep, I got to get up early as the caravan's departing.
Mhm. Okay, so the next day is the journey back to Irongard Mont, and so let me roll something here. Hang on, I'm missing a die. Oh, here it is. So, most of the day goes without a hitch, right? You reach the bridge again, cross it, and you are approaching uh, Iron Guard Mott, and on late afternoon when you see figures shambling out of the water's edge, and they are bloated and their face is discolored, and there's algae, you know, growing green stuff growing all over them. Uh, but they are approaching the caravan. These are clearly undead.
Stay behind. The spirit of the drowned have come to take us.
Spirit of the John, indeed.
So let us roll initiative.
3.
Hang on, let me can't find the stats. Oh, there we go. All right. What's the armor class here? 'Where's my D6? Here we go. Six. Not good. So the zombies are approaching from ooh, 120 feet away. So they're going, but they're, you know, some of them start running forward as they see you. 120 feet. Okay, so most of them are running towards you, but they haven't reached you yet. They're about 80 feet away.
Seems like a good time to use my longbow.
You notice that there's 5 of them. 3 are, you know, thin corpses, right? And the last 2 are big and bloated. You know, their bellies are enormous, and they seem, you know, their feet and their extremities, they're just completely swollen, right? And those are sort of lumbering behind. Those are slightly slower than the others, but they're 80 feet away. So it turns out that they did their whole move, but they haven't reached you yet. Go for it.
All right, shooting. Um, sorry, been a couple of sessions since I used my bow. It's 1d6. All right.
Anybody else shooting missiles?
I have to move, and then I can. I was gonna throw one of my hand axes.
Yeah, I've got a
Okay.
sling though.
Do the henchmen have spears that they can throw?
Yeah, they
Let's
should,
check.
because I remember we furnished
Yeah,
them with.
everybody has a spear. And then
Okay.
their backup weapons, their clubs for everyone except Cargo, who has a long sword.
Right. And spear can be thrown. Spear. Also, spear goes about 40 feet, but they could move. So I think they have to move, right? They move at a normal rate is 30. So they can move 30. They're about 50 feet away. So it's still very long range for the spears. So I think they're gonna, you know what? I think they're gonna all ready their spears, but not
Yeah.
meet, not run
Yeah, form
forward.
a
They're
shield
just gonna
wall. I
wait.
tell them, form a shield wall. We have
Oh,
to hold
okay.
them back from the caravan.
And you know what? I'll do the same. I'll go with them, and I'll do the same. I'll do the same because I can't throw the axe that far anyway.
So
So
we'll have then Thelonious in the center of the shield wall with the brothers on one side and Colwyn and Lamb on the other.
right.
Yeah.
So So shoot the arrow 80 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hit armor class 1
Yeah, that hits.
for 5 hit points.
Are you hitting one of the big ones, the bloated ones, or the regular ones?
Might as well, man.
Yeah, let's hit one of the big ones. Why not?
How much again?
5.
5. All right. So, all right. So you know the arrow hits it. It's still coming forward. Next round.
Okay, well, I hit
Um.
armor class 7. Uh,
Oh, you're
well, with
you're
a sling.
throwing missiles as well.
With a sling.
Armor
Yeah.
class 7.
Yeah.
Yes, you hit.
Oh, really? Okay, 4.
Yeah, big guy or little guy?
3. Sorry, I got to. Wait a minute. Strength don't mess with that. So 4. Uh, big guy, the bigger target.
The
Big
same
guy.
guy. We've got a focus fire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so 4 points to that guy.
Yep.
All right, so you know the stone hits, right, and you see its jaw. It sort of twists his head, right, and it maybe caves in his skull a bit. But
Okay.
it's shambling, but now it's much slower. Like its skull has been hit.
Gotcha.
So
Not
Yeah.
quite
Uh,
brain.
and so on the next round,
Initiative?
well, they're 80 feet away. Yeah, let's roll initiative just in case, but they are far away too.
3 again.
3.
All right.
So
Another
they're
arrow at that same guy.
all right.
So that is armor class 6.
That hits.
4 hits.
Okay, so now the arrow just goes into his brain, and the big guy just collapses on the floor, and the rest keep moving forward.
So we got three little guys and one big guy coming at us.
Yeah,
Nathan,
Nadrian.
Okay. No, I rolled an 8 that way.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
it doesn't hit. So, they move forward again, another 40 feet. Now they're 40 feet away. So, you
so
know,
next round we
if
got
anyone wants
stone
to throw
weapons
their
to work.
We'll move the shield wall about 20 feet further out.
okay, that
And
makes
then-
sense. And so now the distance is 20 feet, right?
And now I can throw my axe.
Go for it. Okay, so
And
they're
you guys
20
can throw the
feet.
spear, but I don't think that's what they want to do.
No, they shouldn't throw their spears. They should
Right.
Okay. Okay, so they're holding their spears. Gotcha.
That is armor class 6.
That hits. What are you? Which one? Big one or small one? Only one big guy left, and 3 normal size zombies.
I'll throw it at the big guy, whatever.
Go for it.
That's 8 points.
Ooh. So again, you do hit the skull, right? And then so its nose just caves in, and
Okay.
it starts sort of staggering. You know, it's still going forward, but now it's sort of staggering. And so next round,
Initiative.
yes.
Ugh, 1,
Oh, 1. So we're tied. Roll
Roll
again.
lines.
2, 5.
4.
Oh,
Okay. So, all 4 hit the shield wall, right? It's all the henchmen and Thelonious at the
Right.
wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thelonious, Stargos, Starguard, Lamb, and Colmere. All right, so let's see who hits who. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this guy's attacking Targos. This guy's attacking Thelonious.
Remember, all these guys have a +1, by the way.
Oh,
to
that's
their-
true.
their armor class because
That's
of my
true.
aura.
Yeah. This guy is also attacking Thelonious, and the last guy is attacking Lamb. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm going to start with the guy attacking Tagos. Here we go. Oh, jeez.
Crap. Crap, crap.
3 points of damage to
Horrible.
Targos. Hang on. Where's Targos? Targos. 5 points? No, 3 points. Oh, Targos.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No.
Run through.
Yes. Just gets grabbed by the bat and they start munching on him, and you can see the blood erupting from his throat.
No!
No.
Hold him fast!
Lamb. Okay, Lamb is safe. And now there's Targos. 2 attacking Thelonious. Okay, 2 attacking Thelonious. First one does not hit. Thelonious is armor class 4. Another one does not hit. So 2 attack you, and they the shield wall holds them. And Targard is screaming because his brother has been killed. But now it's your turn.
All right,
I
Thelonious.
draw my sword and smite the one in front of me.
Okay, you got the big one
Okay,
who's wounded and a regular
the
zombie.
big one.
Okay,
4 points.
yes. Okay, you slash his throat, but his head is still lolling and he's still coming for you.
My God.
You know, it's hanging by a bit of the spine. You can see the half severed spine.
Take him out, woodsman!
All right. So I switch to my sword and rush forward to help in the shield wall.
Okay,
And I guess I attack that guy. Okay, I got 14. That's armor class 6.
yes. Are you hitting the big guy with the head?
Yeah, the big guy.
nearly?
Yeah.
All right, so you do finish off you bat the head off, and the last bit of bone and nervous tissue holding that zombie together is gone.
You tear out the sinew of flesh that was making his head hang to his
Exactly, basically. Nagion.
Let's just say I'm glad we don't have crit fails. So
No,
that's a big miss.
so that's good. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah,
That's a big miss.
that tells me a lot. Yes. All right, so Targard, avenging his brother, avenges hard. Yeah, and hits one of the zombies.
Yeah, good.
Lamb, trying to defend himself unsuccessfully. Colmir is right next to Lamb and cannot pierce the zombie's hide.
Nope.
And
Swing and a miss.
oh, hang on, I ran through everybody. Hang on, we're out of henchmen. Next round, yes. 3. Oh no! No! The guy with Targard. Targard is armor class 7. That does not hit. So Targard is safe.
Gonna be on the witch's
the guy
doorstep
attacking
soon.
Lamb.
Oh man.
Remember, they have +1.
Oh, that's right, but they're not attacking you. They're attacking Lamb, and they hit for 1 hit point. So
Yeah,
Lamb
no, but anybody that's in 5 feet around me,
and
10 feet around me
there's
has
2 attacking Thelonious, and Thelonious has effective armor class 3.
Mhm.
So here we go. 1. Oh,
Crap.
Yeah, I saw
so
it.
that is 4 points of damage to Thelonious.
Ah!
Looks like we're gonna be on the witch's doorstep. pretty soon. Bring out your dead.
So your turn.
Oh man. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
still shooting with them.
I'm gonna help Tar guard.
Oh,
Mhm.
actually, you know what, Thelonious, take that back. You only have one opponent attacking you. The big guy died.
Right, I killed one.
So yeah, so no, that was the second attack, right? So the first attack missed you.
Okay,
So you're fully you haven't been hit. My
Uh,
bad.
I'm still
okay.
using my sling, so
I'm gonna go help Tar guard.
Go for it.
All right, that's armor class 5,
You hit.
8 hit points.
Whoa!
Toma.
You just cleave it in half. Basically, it just crumbles to the ground in pieces. Uh, who else?
Thelonious.
No.
Thelonious.
Missed.
Okay. Lamb trying to defend does not. Targard switches to help Lamb and hits for
Yeah.
5 points, almost killing this man. And Colmir is right next to him and kills
Nice.
the other zombie. There's
sweet.
only
One.
one zombie attacking Thelonious.
All
Did
right.
you attack this round, Adrian?
No, I get two right now.
Adrian,
Well,
yeah.
I'm swinging the. Okay, hit a armor class of 6
Yes, that hits.
and 4. 2 fours. That's great.
4 points of damage. Awesome. So yeah, another stone hits a zombie in the skull, and again it sort of caves in the skull, but it's still coming. Next round,
That was a one, by the way.
4. So zombie that hates Thelonious.
Trying to chew on your shield. Ooh.
That's
He's-
armor class 3. It does not hit with that, so it's a good thing it doesn't hit.
They're like, join us, brother.
Thelonious does not, but he has the rest of the shield wall.
Let's see.
Come on.
I hit armor class 4.
You got it.
4 hit points.
How much?
Oh, this
4.
time.
4 hit points, so it's still alive. Targard misses. Lamb misses. Colmir misses.
Nadrian.
Oh,
is that
Adrian,
you?
come on, kill it.
Okay.
Kill it.
Hold on. Here we go. Oh, actually, yeah, hit armor class 6 again with another 15.
Yes.
But I just got to
Yes.
one this time.
He has
Oh.
1 hit point left.
Oh,
so
Ah!
Good job.
Dang.
oh, that was hilarious. It's like 9. He got hit for like 4 points and then got hit for 4 points again. It's like, come on. So, the final zombie just collapses to the ground. Oh, man. And
Good.
the
We
sad
wrap-
thing
we
is
wrap
treasure
for-
none.
We wrap poor Targos in his cloak and put him on one of the wagons so we can give him last rites
Burn.
the next time. We
Yes.
can
Take him back
bury
to
him
the
in
witch.
Green Hill. What?
No, I
Take
didn't
him back
notice
to the witch.
it. Yeah.
Wait, I thought you were against that.
Oh, no, I didn't say. No, I didn't say.
Right, so nobody else knows, right? It's only you 3
Yeah.
who know about the witches.
Well, I say
crimes,
that,
right?
but
and
it's
so
yeah, but they know I'm just being.
and so I
sarcastic.
think that's actually interesting because it when you want to cash in that favor, it's going to have to be one of you
Right.
coming to cash in the favor. So
Yeah.
if all 3 of you die, then somebody else is going to have to do something about it. Anyway, you arrive at Irongard. Are you planning on doing anything in Irongard, or do you want to skip ahead? Or
Just
what?
checking in on the Smith to make sure he's not slacking.
Right,
Right.
no, he's going at it. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
So do we keep going back to the village?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
All
to
right.
get. I want to get this operation over with. Job
All
done.
right. So red, blue. So again, you are nearing the village, so it's afternoon. Let me check something because I forgot the notes here. Hang on. Wow. Okay. So, uh, okay. So, um, as you are approaching the village, uh, you hear a voice, and it sounds hollow, like there's a helmet or something, covering it, and says, "Halt!" And you see two men walked onto the road with loaded crossbows, and you can see more on the sides. And the voice says, "You are surrounded." And from the trees, you see a tall figure step out, covered in chain armor, with a shield and a mace and a bucket helmet, right? The full helmet that covers
Yeah.
your face. Uh, and hang on, let me. And it has uh a tabard. It's black, and there's a red inverted pentagram
Oh,
on it,
jeez.
right? And it says, "Halt, surrender,
Jeez.
leave, uh, leave your possessions, and you may keep your lives." And that's probably a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
good.
he says,
So
I can't breathe in
Words.
here.
you, so there's this black knight figure.
Yeah.
There's two crossbow men up ahead. There's at least four more on the sides, and from the back you can see two more. So there's like eight.
So it's some kind of ambuscade, basically.
So there's
Yes, so
nine
there's
of them
like
right now that we know of.
eight people plus the knight.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
That is rough.
Yeah.
The nice thing about this is once we get back, if we survive to get back to Helix,
Mhm.
then we're gonna travel by ourselves back to Iron Guard to get the armor.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We're
That's
gonna need
That's the
awesome.
good news. Yeah, the armor is it's missing like 2 more days. Yeah.
we're gonna need all hands on deck next time though.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So not much happened and not much experience points, but hopefully it was fun.
It
No,
was.
it was. It was.
Yeah.
That was some peculiarness dealing with the.
XP, baby. XP.
Yeah, there's always XP. I'm giving that 50 XP bonus every session we play, so it's 50 plus 150 for the zombies. And man, it's some bad luck with poor Targos.
Hey, it
He got
happened.
he got Romero'd.
Jeez.
Poor Targos is gone.
Oh man.
He got Romero'd.
All right, so we should stop the recording probably.
Yep.